Hello YouTubers, Robmonkey Jr. here for BFNations, bringing you all the Thompson Annihilator Trench weapon review. So, unfortunately, the statistics on Synthic have not been released yet for the new weapon variants in the Thompson Annihilator. But I did do a little bit of testing in the battlefield to figure out a few of the stats on top of what we already have in the weapon description when you go in your class customization to choose that specific weapon. So without further ado, let's get stuck right into this. So first things first, the assignment to unlock this weapon is to get 100 kills with a primary weapon while playing Assault, and then 25 sidearm kills again while playing Assault, and after you do that, you will immediately unlock the Thompson Annihilator Trench. So, jumping right into the statistics here. So, the damage from what I tested on the battlefield, I was trying to one-shot people from close quarter combat, then long-range combat. It seems to have a damage model similar to the SMG 0818. So, it does 28 damage close quarter combat from what I tested, and minimum damage of 14 at the longest possible range that I was able to shoot people at in the chest always, because that's the 1 times damage multiplier. So the damage drop-off, what we can see on the chart here, seems to start at about 15 meters. It's hard to tell because their scale is only by 25 meter increments, so it's a little bit difficult to tell, but it seems to start at about 15, and the minimum damage starts at what seems to be about 40, give or take. Of course, once the full weapon statistics come out on Synthic, it'll be a lot easier to pinpoint the exact damage drop-off points. So the next thing is accuracy. So this thing isn't very accurate. It has a hell of a lot of recoil. It is very difficult to control when aiming down sights, and it says it in the name. It's a trench weapon. So hip fire is through the roof, as you can see the little scale they have here on the weapon description. It's absolutely a beast up close, and hip firing, you can just melt people's faces with a rate of fire of 830 rounds per minute, which is pretty damn fast. It is getting pretty close to the Automatico, which has 900 rounds per minute and even outshoots the SMG 0818 with a 60 round per minute advantage. With that 28 maximum damage model, you can see how fast you can destroy people and just eliminate your enemy with this thing, because if you have, for example, if you have like 28 damage and you're hitting people in the head and you have that damage multiplier, you can pretty much 3 or 4 shot people in close quarter combat, no issue, and they'll be down within the snap of a finger because of the high rate of fire. The only fire mode available for this weapon is fully automatic. There is no burst or single fire mode, and unfortunately it only has 20 rounds in the magazine, which is probably the biggest downside to this weapon. If we compare it to the Automatico, which has a slightly lower damage model, but it does have that extra 5 rounds that this weapon does not. And if you look at the SMG 0818, that one has a massive magazine capacity of 81 rounds, which makes it so you can clear multiple enemies back to back without having to reload, but it does have a slightly slower rate of fire. So you can see where this weapon fits in. It's kind of a compromise between the Automatico's low damage model and the SMG 0818's high magazine capacity is where this weapon fits in, because it does a lot of damage per second. It is absolutely insane, and I would strongly suggest unlocking it. And no, you don't need any DLC to unlock this weapon. If you have Battlefield, you can just go and play and unlock this weapon. So as for the reload time, I tested this in Sony Vegas. I did a frame by frame, and from what I can tell, a short reload, that means when you have bullets left in the magazine or chamber, it takes about 2.9 seconds, maybe 2.8. There is some margin of error here because it isn't the most accurate way of seeing how long a reload is. And the long reload, that means when your magazine is completely empty and you have no rounds in the chamber, would be about 3.2 seconds, give or take. Once again, the margin of error is there because it isn't the most accurate way of testing this stuff out. So you best have a pretty good sidearm with you, just in case you have to deal with multiple threats, and the Annihilator doesn't provide you enough ammunition to do so. Now, my thoughts on this weapon while using it: it is a very strong competitor for some of the meta weapons right now, which is the Automatico and the SMG 0818. It can easily outgun people who are using these weapons. So generally speaking, I would say it is a must unlock to get, especially that it's not tied to any DLC. You're going to be able to absolutely melt faces with this, specifically in trenches, because, you know, that's what it was built for. And also in CQB or something like Team Deathmatch or Domination, where there's a lot of close quarter combat. You're going to be able to dominate with this thing pretty damn easily. It is a powerhouse in my opinion. Don't forget to let us know in the comments down below what you think of this weapon, if you enjoy it, even if you unlocked it. While you're down there, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Check out my own channel for more Battlefield related content, link in the description down below. And if you haven't subscribed to BF Nations already, please be sure to do so to become part of the fastest growing unofficial Battlefield community in the world. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.